Ladies and gentlemen of the press, welcome to our briefing. We wish to begin by thanking our delegates for turning out in large numbers to cast their votes peacefully on the 18th May for the ward-level grassroots elections. We will wish to encourage our people not to fall victim to the other party propaganda that they are the winners when we still have the two levels of grassroots election remaining. That is the constituency and the county level. In a delegates electoral college system of voting, which is the one we are using here in our UDA grassroots election, any undue advantage earned at the first level will be carried up to the rest of the levels, and the starting point matters most. In the wake of controversy surrounding the grassroots election, after carrying out on our internal audit and postmortem of the elections and its general operation, we wish to notify our delegates and their party of the following. 1. Delegates that were not elected. On the 26th of April 2024, the UDA party conducted polling center grassroots elections in 570 polling centers across the county. Unfortunately, the same was marred by massive irregularities and malpractices that renders the said exercise to a very large extent irregular and unfair contest. We raised the issue of gadgets that were sneaked to the forest and voted, and in cars and individual person returning officers in this case, and voted in the bush, affected over 209 polling centers, translating to that 7% of all the polling centers. This was raised to the party National Election Board, which enabled them to call for a repeat of the election in 86 polling centers, and regrettably failed to conduct election in other 123 polling centers. This means a total of 2,460 delegates that were never voted for participated in the ward levels, hence transferring the malpractice to the ward level. I think that is very clear. Yes. That mostly these are the people, of course, from the other side who were acting as the returning officers in the first stage. This was the chief officers, the county secretaries, and the CEOs. So voting is reverted to when gadgets are taken to the polling centers and people are allowed to vote. But these ones were voted in cars and in Narok town. Issue number 2, voting by non-UDA members. It is unfortunate that the party agreed to strike out over 2,900 UDA members from a delegates voting register as guided by our party constitution, Article 243, only to realize that on the material day that they unlawfully contested and voted for. I'm referring to that out of the delegates that were moved to this level, 2,934 to be very specific, are non-UDA registered members. And that is non-UDA members. They are not registered with us. They are members of ODM, sisi kwa sisi, na machama zingine. And I don't know why we had to do that. While in Narok, we have got 147,000 strong UDA membership. So it was really uncalled for to allow a 30% of non-members to participate. Actually as delegates, not even to undertake the voting. The delegates party register at ward level was staffed, that is actually now was staffed with 2,932 non-UDM members, largely from our competitors' side. So I think they lacked numbers, so somebody allowed them to staff the register to their favor. This was an issue that we raised with the party NEB chair and even the party chair, and they had promised to expect them. Number 3, omission of delegates from the voting register. Despite being on the UDA portal winners summary list, more than 1,200 delegates were omitted from the voters register, thus denying them their democratic right to vote during the ward level May 18th. We raised that issue of 1,200, and it was just surprised that people could go to the polling center, having their names in the portal, winner's summary, and were denied. And we did a total of 1,200. And of course, we even listed the majority of the polling center, like Saparingo polling center in the Commended Ward, and many others. We have the list. Number 4, allowing people from the nullified polling centers election to vote. On 4th, majority of the nullified polling centers, they were repeated. And the people who won in the nullified one, they found themselves voting again. And they were like in Mosiro polling center, Narok East, Medungi polling center, Kilgoris, and about another 5 or 6. And they still appeared in the summary, despite having the results of those polling centers nullified. And this is, to our surprise, was only happening on a situation that favors the other team. This will only, therefore, mean there was someone somewhere on the electoral process hell-bent to skew the process to favor a particular side. We wish to call our UDA support base to continue holding faith to our beloved party and never lure to the trap of a few individuals with no good motive for our party. Democracy is expensive, it might take time, but we still hold to the faith that the above matter will be addressed by our party leadership before the next stage of process, and it is never too late to do so. Thank you.